What's up, guys? My name is Witty, and today we are going to be talking about this. So that was what a 101 pit looks like on this final boss of the Whirlwind Dust Devil Polearm Barbarian. I'm not going to be working on this anymore until Season 5. However, I'm sure things can still be improved a little bit, even from where we're at now. As you can see, we are just over armor cap. We are just at the resistance caps. And this is actually boosted because someone ran by me with an incense. They are 79.7. You come down here, we are at 81.5% crit chance. Our critical strike damage and vulnerable damage is essentially 2 to 1, almost exactly. A little bit off, but that's not something you should particularly aim for. Generally speaking, going for about 1200% vulnerable and as high crit as you can get with that is a good, solid foundation. And of course, we are sitting at just over 300% damage while berserking. Now, it is worth mentioning, and it is very important, that this is catered specifically to my build, what stat rolls I have on my gear, etc. So definitely pay close attention to this when you are copying the Paragon board over, or if you decide to use it for inspiration. Keep in mind that the speed that I ran this at is with a suboptimal movement speed. I have no greater affixes for movement speed anywhere, and even places where I have it rolled, it is pretty much the bottom roll or close to it. So you can get faster than this even. Alright, so digging into the meat and potatoes, the planner itself, we are running the Harlequin Crest with Tyrael's Might, which actually is very good offensive and defensively. We are running the Brawlers aspect on our gloves. Essentially, we're running this because it is a lot of extra charge damage, and you should be charging more than I did in that example video at the beginning. And it honestly just fits the best here because we can't really take Edge Masters, as it doesn't work with our Dust Devils or with Berserk Ripping, and so there's not a lot of options to run with. And I take this instead of Intercom or Conceited because obviously we're not running a barrier, and with Intercom, something about Brawlers just feels better. We run Numbing Wrath because we are essentially generating Fury anytime we are hitting or killing something, and that just means extra Fortify for free. We are running Ghostwalker, and it's hard to see here, but it is for the movement speed when you are unstoppable, which we often are. Berserk Ripping is, of course, a staple for this build because when we are berserking, it will inflict a percentage of the base damage as bleeding. Ancestral Charge, which is why you see 4 Ancients who charge with me every time that I do. Devilish, of course, is just more Dust Devils when generating Fury, which again, we are always doing. Bold Chieftains is specifically for our cooldowns. The Ring of Starless Skies is a 50% multiplicative damage buff as well as resource cost reduction, which is always great. The Dust Devils aspect is going to be our main source of damage, being that it causes the Dust Devils from Whirlwind. And last but not least, the aspect of Fierce Winds, which is just more Dust Devils when we shout. This does, of course, also increase the Dust Devil size for 20%, which is pretty crucial as well. We are running the two-handed axe expertise here for the 1.1 times increased damage to vulnerable enemies, which is all of them. And of course we have resistances in our jewelry, dexterity in our armor, which is for crit chance, and vulnerable damage in our weapons. Now, to talk about the skill tree a little bit, I will actually just show you guys what it looks like, and you guys can copy it over if that is what you want to do. In case you guys are the type that don't like using external websites for whatever reason, you are more than welcome to take a peek at the boards in this fashion. We will go ahead and slowly work our way through them all, and you will be able to see what we used. The glyphs that we are running, of course, are Exploit, Might, Disembowel, Ire, Wrath, and Executioner. This build, again, is capable of running these sub 1 minute 101s reliably, but it is also capable of pushing if you are to swap out a couple things. You would want to run something like Tibalt's Will for your pants, and because of that, of course, you would be losing some armor, so you're going to have to swap the armor over to your gloves. And you can replace either strength or vulnerable damage. I would probably go for strength, but that is going to mean that you're going to need a pretty chunky armor roll. So I'm not sure exactly where you would wind up. You might have to end up boosting your armor just a little bit. So far, Whirlwind Dust Devils has pushed with the polearm variation to pit 145. So there's a chance you can get up to 150, given the fact that that planner was actually pretty unoptimized as well. So wish you guys the best of luck in doing that if you try to, but I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Hopefully this video was able to help you guys out. Definitely check the link in the description and take a peek at the planner, and maybe you can improve upon it, or maybe you just liked what you saw and you want to try it out yourself. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one, and I especially look forward to seeing you guys in the Discord and Season 5. Peace.